Miguel Beza at USP or USPN or UFC UFC ESPN Cannoneer versus I'm Evolved.
All right, what's up, everybody? All new episode, all impact, no filter podcast here. It's fight week. We're back. We finally got
Woo!
some fights back. I'm so
Woo!
excited. 3 weeks too long, 4 weeks too long, 5 weeks too long. Dude, it's felt like it's been a year. So I'm so happy there's fights back. The holidays were great. New Year's was great, but I'm ready for some fights. And we got them. Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas. First fight of the year. We're going to go over the fight card, make some picks of what we want, who we think's going to win, talk about some of the fighters and the fights, and then Steven's going to go on some college football. We got playoffs and the championship coming up. Notre Dame won. Did Notre Dame win last night?
Notre Dame won,
Yeah, Notre
yes,
Dame won. They came back and won. And then,
27-24
yep. And we
against
got,
Penn State. That surprises me. I thought Penn State was going to win that, to be honest
yep.
with you.
And then we got Ohio State and Texas tonight. So we'll get into some of that later. But let's jump right into it. What's the first card of the night? Joe Selecki and Neuro Alive.
Yep. The first card I have Narello Alive. He won his last fight by decision over Alves. He has excellent takedowns, good top control, great ground and pound. He is kind of weaker on the stand-up game. He does have good defense for the big shots, and he also has great cardio for a whole 3 rounds, as we've seen in his last fight. Joe Selecki last fight lost to Grant Dawson by unanimous decision. He is former Cage Fury. He's very good at submissions, but with that being said, he's only 2-5 in the UFC. So for that, I'm gonna go with Nerolo Alive
Undefeated.
for and also just his style. I think it beats Joe Selecki, and I think Joe Selecki's
Excuse me.
on his way out here. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Alive to take that. Probably by decision. I'll go with decision. I don't really see him coming for a finish in this fight, but we'll see what happens.
Lightweight. Is he Alive? Is he like wrestling heavy? He looks like
Yes.
one of the probably one of the Russian team guys.
Yeah, he's kind of the kind of guy that'll have his hands up and then immediately go for a takedown.
Yeah. Hey, if it
I thought
works,
like
shoot your
Bilal.
shot.
I mean, it fucking works. Yeah, it definitely works.
That's a good one. That's the one that
You
starts
know,
us off at
you
four
know what's
o'clock.
funny? You know what's funny? So we're sitting here talking about a guy taking he's good on his takedowns and everything, right? And we're saying that that's a good strategy, but we dog on Bilal a lot. Have you guys noticed that?
Just
I
because
just
it's
don't like
ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
just don't
Yes.
like him.
All right, go ahead, call
Yeah, that's all I got for that one. Next fight would be Fatima Klein versus Victoria Dudikova. Uh, Fatima Klein has a lot. Her last loss was to Jasmine Jazdavicius by submission. Fatima Klein has great urgency and she's very aggressive. And she has great striking. Her urgency and aggressiveness also is what lost her the fight to Jasmine Jazdavicius. Then we have Victoria Dudikova. Her last fight was a loss split decision to Sam Hughes. She has relentless takedowns and great knees. And I have Fatima Klein winning that one. I just feel that she is better around by on the stand up, and her urgency and aggressiveness are going to be too much for Victoria Dudikova to handle. And that's all I got for that one. Let's
Who's
see
next? That's
who's
a
next.
strawweight. 6-1, 8-1.
Ooh, the next one is Magomed. Butcher that name.
Yeah,
Gadziasulov.
that's pretty close.
And then I
Yeah.
have versus Bruno Lopez. And in this fight, we're going to see Bruno Lopez coming from the Dana White's Contender Series. He got a KO in round two in his debut. Bruno Lopez has relentless blows, head and arm choke threat, two finishes by KO in the Dana White Contender Series and LFA. He has extreme power. And then Magomed, his last fight was a majority decision to Ribeiro. He's got great jabs, power shots, knees, spinning back fist. Um, but although with that he has low three round cardio.
Light heavyweight too.
I gotta say something. Like, when I was living at Zach's, like the past like 2 years that I was living there, Zach would always watch the Contender Series or the new up and comer fighter series or whatever you call it. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't know what it's called. But
The Dana
I've
White's Contender Series.
yeah, and I've noticed that a lot of these new fighters that are coming up are actually pretty badass. Like they do some flips and some just crazy moves to get out of submissions and stuff. It's wild. So I definitely keep an eye on them for sure.
Yeah, shout out to the Dana White's Contender Series. It's just been
And so
great.
much
Like,
so much power coming out of there too, dude. It's crazy.
yeah, every time you see a Dana White Contender Series, there's always multiple people on there that are fighting like their lives literally depend on it.
Or
So,
Seriously.
contract.
Like, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
contract, baby. Like contract means something.
and then I also like seeing the people that are like coming off the Dana White's Contender Series because uh what's that guy Looney Kavanaugh that came off the Dana White's Contender Series? Didn't he win his first fight in the UFC not too long ago? I think it was in
There's so many
November.
of them.
I'll have to look that up. But yeah, what's the next fight?
The next fight is Ernesta Caricacci. That's another butcher one. And Nicole Cagliari, women's flyweight. This is the Cagliari's debut. She's 8-2, 28 years old. She's got 5 knockouts, TKOs. She's got 3 subs. She's Brazilian, Team Brazil. She's got this. Okay, so this is weird. I wrote this down because I don't know if you guys have ever heard of these promotions before, but these are kind of weird. So from 2021 to 2023, I don't know if they're like Brazilian promotions or what, but she had 3 fights in those years. She had 1 fight in a promotion called Face the Danger 23. And then she had 2 more fights in a promotion called Fight Music Show. I've never heard of those before. And I don't know, like,
Those sound fake.
yeah. So, and
That's
then
what I'm saying. Yeah, that sounds fake.
they had to have seen her from there or something because she went from those 2 fights to this past year. She got a round 1 submission on Dana White's Contender Series, and she's making her debut. So I don't have much to go off of what she's going to look like. 8-2, 8 finishes. So she's got 100% finish rate. Yeah. I can't judge
Who
that
you
though
got?
because I
Who
don't
you
know.
got? Oh, you don't know? Okay.
Yeah, because the other girl, so Ernesta, I don't want to butcher her last name, heavy hand. She's 26, 5'9". She's 5-1-1 with 2 knockouts. She's from Fighterland MMA out of Lithuania. Um, she's got both of these girls are coming off of they're fresh in the UFC. Ernesta, she had a split decision win in 2003 in Hexagon MMA 6 for the title. She then got a split decision win on Dana White's Contender Series this past 2023. So not last year, but the year before that. And then she had her UFC debut in 2024, actually at UFC 301 at Pantoja and Urseg, and she lost her debut. So she's trying to get back on track. She lost her debut in the UFC. She definitely don't want to lose 2 in a row. This Nicole girl, she's making her debut, so she's trying to make a statement. So I think it's going to be a good fight. Their face off earlier today looked really good. Hopefully it's a good fight. They're both fresh, or fresh
Who did
fighters in the UFC.
who did she lose to in the last pay-per-view?
Uh,
Her debut, I should say.
Dione Barbosa, unanimous decision is who she
Oh,
lost to in her debut.
Barbosa is a name that I think I've seen on TV a few times.
Barbosa, that you're thinking about Edson Barbosa.
Oh, okay, yeah, different
Yeah.
Barbosa then.
I don't know if there's any relation or not. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the girl that's already in the UFC, the Ernesta, just because she's fought people in the UFC already. This other girl, she had a fight in the Dana White's Contender Series, which isn't UFC elite people yet. And then I'm not sure what these other two promotions are. So I just feel like it'd be a safer bet to go with the girl that has a little bit of experience in the octagon and the environment and everything already.
See, I kind of gotta disagree with that. Like, I agree, but then again, I disagree with it. Like, just because, yes, this one fighter has had one fight in the NFC or NFC UFC, but then again, she did lose her first fight in the UFC. But it is hard to win in the UFC,
And you don't want to lose two in a row
and you
coming.
don't want to lose two in a row. So I
Yeah.
bet she will bring it, but just because she's got that leverage over her opponent doesn't really mean anything. Like her opponent can come in and just wipe her,
I
one
mean,
round.
so to your point, you do kind of have a point. Yeah, you do have a point. So Ernesta, she's got 7 fights total, 5-1-1. The girl that's making her debut is 8-2. So she does have a lot more fights, but it's the opponents. Like what I don't
And
know
you
these
and you did say
promotions.
that 8-2, she's got 100% finishing rate. So
Yeah, but against who? We don't know who
that's
these.
that's a good point. You got to know who against.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I left this one off my parlay just because it could go either way.
it
Yeah.
really could. Yeah, it could.
You don't know much about the one girl, and then the other girl is coming off a unanimous decision loss. So
Right.
Yeah. So that'll be one to watch. Not really sure which way it'll go. Next we got up to the welterweight division. We got Preston Parsons versus Jacoby Smith.
That's mine.
Yep.
So, I don't really have much on either fighter. I don't think I've seen either of these fighters on TV yet since I've been watching UFC. But I can say that Jacoby Smith has jumped in to fill the spot of I don't want to mess his name up, but Gustafsson, or that was his last name was Gustafsson. For I don't know why that one got canceled between Gustafsson and Parsons, but Jacoby stepped in to fight him this weekend. Who's your guys' picks for that one?
Jacoby's undefeated.
yeah, I don't know, man. Preston Parsons does have a loss or his last fight was Obon Elliott, but Obon Elliott's really good.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
but he's undefeated, but it's also his debut, it looks like. So, it could go either way. I would have to go with Preston Parsons.
Yeah, he was prepared and ready. Like he was the one already in camp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he went to unanimous decision with Obon Elliott, and Obon Elliott's been knocking people out. So
Yeah, for sure.
I'd lean Preston Parsons, but excited to see what happens with them for sure.
So next we go to lightweight. We got Thiago Moises versus Trey Ogden. Um, Thiago Moises been in the UFC quite a while. He's got 13 fights in the UFC with a 7-6 record. He's about got a 50-50. 29 years old, still young, still hungry. He's an 18-8 record total. He's part of American Top Team, 4 knockouts, 4 knockouts, 8 subs. He's won 3 of his last 5. So, I mean, he's hanging in there. He needs this win to keep a winning record going. Right now, he's coming off of a loss. He wants to start a winning record. He's coming off a loss to Ludwig Klein. He has a win over Mitch Ramirez by round 3 knockout TKO. He's got some notable opponents. He has lost to BSD. That's a big name that he's lost to. He's also has a lost to Islam Makhachev, which is a champion right now. So he's fought some of these bigger guys. He does even have a win over Bobby King Green.
boo.
Yeah, he's a black belt jiu-jitsu. He'll probably be trying to do some grappling, get it to the ground. Not much of like a showsman, but tries to find a safe way to get the win, I guess. Trey Ogden, on the other hand, a little bit older, 35 years old, 18-6 record, no KOs, 11 subs, all heavy grappling. Jiu-jitsu, obviously. He's got 6 fights in the UFC, 3, 2, and 1 in the UFC. Um, he's got a win in July, unanimous decision, win in March, unanimous decision over Kurt Hollabaugh, which was just off the Ultimate Fighter this last year. And he's got a win over Daniel Zellhuber 2 years ago. 3 years ago now, it's 2025. And yeah, he's fighting out of Kansas, here from USA. The 11 subs is what makes me want to lean his way. But on the other hand, Thiago's got 8 subs. So I think this is going to turn more into a stand up battle. And that kind of makes me lean towards Thiago just because the other dude seems like he's super grapple heavy. And I'm not sure how well he'll do up on his feet. What do you guys think?
I I
I
don't know
can't.
about that one,
I
honestly.
can't say much about that one either because I don't think I've seen those two yet.
It's either going to
I
be
like
super
Tiago
heavy grappling
Moises,
or they're not
but
going to be grappling at all.
I really like Tiago Moises, but I just don't see it. I think he gets I think he gets submitted or knocked out, honestly.
Think so? It's possible. Yeah.
I don't know, I just don't have a lot of faith in Tiago Moises, but his last fight was Ludovic Klein, so
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, up to the middleweight we go. Mauricio Tulio and Eor
Marco
Poitier.
Tulio and Hihor Poitiera. This one, I have this one. First, I want to talk about Ihor Poitiera, loss of Cesar Almeida in his last fight. He got poked in the eye a lot in that fight, to be fair to him. But then he's also the guy that got backflipped on by Michael Pereira. So
I remember that. Yeah.
he's also 2 wins and 5 losses in the UFC.
It's not good.
This guy, Marco Tulio Silva, is actually probably, I started this one as my favorite one on here. He got a round 2 KO, Dana White's Contender Series debut, team shoot box. He's got great power, great boxing, great knees, great elbows. He's got spin kicks that come out of nowhere. Those are pretty tight. Um, I just think he's gonna knock out Ihor Potiera, and I think Potiera is gonna get the cut.
I could see that. That's a bad losing record in the UFC. That's the
Three,
record you
yeah,
don't want to have.
yeah, yep.
Uh,
And who's next?
the the featured
Jose.
bout on the prelims, we got Jose Johnson and Felipe Boons. Jose Johnson, I don't have much on these guys. Both these guys, again, don't have much experience in the UFC yet. Jose Johnson, 29 years old. Jose, no way Johnson. I liked his nickname. It sounds good. His last fight was a
Abu
loss
Samabayev.
to yeah, however you say that dude's name, Asu, unanimous decision in June. Before that, he had a win over Chad Ellenheger, and Hellinger. Dan,
We're gonna
Hellinger.
mess up some of these names.
I know that name too. It's so easy. I should tongue tied it. Ann Hellinger, the round 3 submission. And before that, he had a loss to Damon Blackshear, round 1 submission.
I can see that.
He got a contract on the Dana White's Contender Series, and he's had 3 fights in the UFC. He's 1-2, so this is a need to win as well. Felipe Boons, 2 knockouts, TKOs, 8 subs, 35 years old, a little bit older, 13-7 record. From Brazil, teams with the Pitbull brothers. He's won the not the UFC, the LFA title in January 23, the round one knockout TKO. He then turned around and lost his UFC debut to Joshua Van, which has been turned out to be a pretty tough contender in the UFC. So he got knocked out in that fight back in January 24. I'm excited to see how he fares against somebody seemingly more kind of an easier opponent. We don't know. Kind of excited to see how he goes. I'm kind of going to go with Boons on this one.
Boons.
What do you guys think?
Boons.
I don't know. I like Jose Johnson, but I don't know a lot about Felipe Boons.
Me
Yeah,
neither. That's like his last name.
yeah,
Boons.
yeah. I don't
His
know.
significant strikes and his takedowns are high, so
Yeah,
it's gonna be
Boons.
a good fight. That's what
yeah.
I'll say. It's gonna be a good one.
But I do like Jose's nickname, Jose No Way Johnson. All right, but yeah, that's the prelims.
Cut it.
Let's take a break. We'll come right back and we'll look at the main card. All right, we're back. It's time for the main event card. I guess not the main event, but the main card. We start out welterweight division, 7 o'clock p.m. sharp EST. Punelli Soriano versus Uros Medic.
I have this one. For this one, we got Uros Medic coming off a KO win of Tim Means, which doesn't really means anything because Tim Means isn't that good. Uros Medic has great power. He does some sick uppercuts. He's a southpaw and has 100% finish rate in the UFC. On the other hand, we have Soriano. He's coming off a unanimous decision to Miguel Beza at USP or USPN or UFC UFC ESPN Cannoneer versus I'm Evolved. So he was on our fight card. I remember watching his fight. I think that was the only fight that went to decision during that main event.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I
sure that
remember
was
what you're
it.
talking about. Yeah, there was a bunch of finishes that fight.
But yeah, we got Soriano. He is a serious striker, 3 of 4 wins by KO. He has great control slash takedowns and ground and pound. He's just not much of a finisher. I mean, he is, but the way he fought at Louisville, it was so boring and so just like trying to pull off the win in the most boring way. And I think Eurosmetic knocks him out.
You say he's got a 100% finish rate.
Eurosmetic has 100% finish rate in the UFC.
That's hard to do, man.
He's a southpaw with great uppercuts, and he has a tremendous power. So as long as he can stop the takedowns and stop him from the control on the ground, I think Eurosmetic gets it done.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you there.
That's all I got.
It's always a 50-50 though, man. You really never know.
We got these really good ones coming up.
Welterweight, they need some people to keep going. I mean, they got some rising upcomers. I'd like to see that whole division start getting better and better and better. It's right close to the 155 pounds, so it should be a killer division, just like lightweight. So I have really high expectations for welterweight this year.
Yes.
Next we got featherweight, another nasty division. This is a fight I know we're excited for. Christian Rodriguez, C Rod versus Austin Bashi.
This is a great fight.
Yeah, what do you guys got on this one?
I didn't have anything down for these guys. I had no idea, but if I had to pick somebody, I'm gonna go with the name that I can pronounce, and that's Christian Rodriguez. So,
Well, let me give you a little fact on
who's
these
Austin?
guys.
Who's Austin? Who is that guy?
This I don't know. Isn't this his debut? No, I don't
Let's see.
think
I don't
it's.
Yeah,
think I've ever
Is
heard
it his
of
debut? Yeah.
I think
this
he's coming
fella.
off Dana White Contender Series.
Yeah, so he's 13-0. He's undefeated.
Ooh, hoo-hoo.
Let's look at some of his UFC stats here. Now, I am excited for this fight because this is something they kept asking C-Rod in media day too. Does he feel like the UFC is like feeding him to
Feeding him
these new
O's to
guys?
kill. Yeah.
Yeah, like these new guys because this is something that'll pique your interest, Steven. This is the guy that Chewy Wees fought
Right.
on his debut in the
He took
UFC.
Raul Rojas Jr.'s first loss or
Yeah,
first loss.
So now,
not many stats on this guy. Just trying to Google
I'm
him.
about to say, like, so these 13 wins that he has, obviously this is his debut. So these 13 wins came all from Dana White Contender Series, or that's
No,
his
no, no, no.
career?
That's
Just
his
yeah,
career.
career.
Career. Okay, gotcha.
Trying to get the UFC stat page to open. And
All
okay,
pro
there we go.
fights.
And
Um,
if he can take this record and run with it still in the UFC, I mean that would
he
If
catch
he
some
beats
is
eyes.
Christian
20
Rodriguez, then he
23 years old.
deserves something, dude, because that is not an easy task. And to come in on your debut and to beat him, that's big.
That's impressive. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
he did. He got his win in the UFC or
By
in Dana
submission?
White's Contender Series, rear naked choke, round two.
Submission. Yep.
Yep. Against
I
Dorian
thought
Ramos,
And what's his last name again?
Austin
Bashi,
Bashi.
Bashi,
Bashi. Okay.
Bashi.
Okay.
Where's
Okay.
he from? Where's Austin Bashi from?
Man, it's really not giving me no good information on him.
I mean, he sounds like he needs to have some stuff out there for him because he
Well,
sounds
he's
pretty legit.
like ESPN don't have all kinds of stuff for him yet, and like he's got
He's out of
YouTube,
Michigan.
Instagram.
Michigan.
Oh, so he's a state boy. Okay, cool.
15 MMA wins. His pro MMA record is 13-0. He's 23 years old, 70-inch reach, featherweight,
Young
five
kid.
foot six.
Yeah, he's got like Instagram. Oh, here's
Doesn't that
ESPN.
hurt your guys' souls whenever you hear someone who's out there like 23, 24 years old
Just killing it in
out
life.
there killing it in life and making millions? I mean, it makes you happy, but then again, it makes you freaking sad, man, because like I wish I was them.
Okay, so here's his fight history. Let's look a little deeper into this. So when unanimous decision, submission, unanimous decision, ground and pound TKO, unanimous decision, rear naked choke, choke, TKO, submission.
Jesus, loves his submissions.
Yeah, so he's very wrestling heavy. He's been in XFC, Shamrock FC, Lights Out Championship, and that's where they found him to bring him onto the Contender Series bio. Let's see what he's got for his bio. There is not much in here. Warrior Way Martial Arts is his team. Orthodox stance, 23 years old. Not much about him.
I'm
Definitely
sure.
excited for this one though.
I'm sure if he wins his debut against Christian, there'll be a lot about him after that.
It's a good
Yeah.
test.
Guarantee
And
it.
and he said he's not upset about it. He likes it. The UFC's putting him up. Like he said when he was younger and he didn't really think about it, then he wasn't like he didn't think about it. But now that he's gotten older and that he's lost his undefeated streak, he's like, I kind of like taking the O from these younger guys. So he enjoys doing what he's about to go out there and do. So that's definitely one I'm looking forward to. And Austin was not acting scared at all for like during media day. He just seemed calm, cool, relaxed, like just
And
straightforward and ready to go in there and do his thing. He
that's what
hasn't
he should
lost yet
do.
though.
I mean, he should be confident. I mean, with
Yeah, you gotta
stats
be
like that, I'd be confident too, man. Like,
for sure.
bring it, dog.
I
Bring it.
I also got for this card, this will be the first. Yeah, I think you already said that earlier, the first card in 4 weeks, but this will also be the first women main event since July 20th, 2024, and that was Lemos versus Jandaroba Fight Night
Oh, the first women's main event.
since July 20th. That's pretty wild.
Man.
Hey, I'm ready to have the fights back, and I like Kenzie Dern, so
We get two
let's
good
roll
weeks of
with it.
fights, and then we got 1 week off again.
Yep. So next up, we got the middleweights back up to the middleweight division. Chris Curtis, Roman Kopylov, aka the Russian. What's they call him? The Chase Hooper, the Russian Chase Hooper is his nickname.
Action man.
That's what Chris Curtis has been deemed calling Roman Kopylov is the Russian Chase Hooper, and they got into a little bit of a. So there was an incident that happened. I don't know if you guys seen it during media day, them talking about it, but I guess Chris Curtis was calling him the mean or the angry or the nasty or something, the something Russian Chase Hooper,
Mm.
and they heard about it. Some other dude, something about a spy inside the camp with one of his, like, he was training with a bunch of Russians and didn't think nothing about it. And then all the Russians left his gym. It's because Roman got to town. They all went to go train with him. So then he made a joke about there being a spy in his camp. The Russians were only there to train with him to get information to him. He was just joking, called him like the dirty Roman or Russian Kopylov or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ended up meeting. Uh, Curtis is trying to talk to him and trying to talk to him, and he's like, I don't understand what you're saying. They ended up getting a translator come over and they worked it out. Curtis told him, like, hey, I wasn't trying to like talk bad on you or nothing. He was like, it's just I mean, I was just joking, like it ain't no big deal. He's like, everything's cool. And then he said, but I still want to get him watched and followed because I want to get Chase Hooper watched and followed because I've never seen them both at the same time. So I'm still convinced that one of them isn't real. So I mean, Chris Curtis is just being Chris Curtis and making a joke out of it. I'm excited. They can't get much out of Kopolov. I mean, he don't speak
Speak
English,
English,
so
yeah.
yeah. But definitely a fight I'm kind of looking forward to. You guys got anything on this fight?
Kopylov, got great power. He could put Chris Curtis's lights out, but then again, I think we're just gonna get a lame 3 round
Nah,
unanimous decision by
nah.
Curtis.
I see a knockout here. I see a knockout here for
I could
sure.
see a knockout here.
I see Kopylov winning not with a knockout or a
I
TKO
hope
in
so.
the
Yeah,
second round.
because all we get from Curtis is three
Because Chris,
round lame
the last
fights.
couple fights that I've watched of Chris Curtis, like he gasses himself out way too slow or easy, way too fast. So by like whenever round two hits, he's already ready to just to pack it up, go get a burger, and head home. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. So I think Kopylov can beat Chris Curtis because he just doesn't have the stamina to go.
Chris Curtis trains with Sean Strickland though. He's used to just going in there and sparring and sparring and sparring and sparring and
Yeah, but
sparring
why
and
is it?
sparring and
Why is it?
sparring.
I don't know if I'm just not seeing things correctly, but I'm telling you, the last couple fights that I've seen, he's just gassed himself out
Yeah,
way
he
too
hasn't looked
fast.
that good. And I feel like he talked about that a little bit too, about just making sure that he's healthy being in here and just focusing on what's forward. He did say like he is coming off a loss and he does not want to lose two in a row. So in all seriousness, he was like, I'm trying to make sure this goes my way. I don't know.
Who?
It'll be
Which one,
Chris
Curtis?
Curtis. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Roman Kopylov only got 3 losses. So but Chris Curtis has had so many fights, 31 and 11 and
11
one.
and one no contest.
Yeah, that's so
And
crazy.
he just beat like Brendan Allen, didn't he?
He's coming off of a loss, I'm pretty sure.
Let me see. That's one I
I don't
want to
know.
look
Looking at
at.
that record is pretty prestigious. I mean, in my eyes. I
I
mean,
Yeah,
remember
30,
he
yeah. He
fought
31 and
lost
11.
to
recently.
Brennan. He just lost to Brennan Allen.
Okay, okay, that's what I was thinking here.
Yeah.
Pretty good, if you
He
ask me.
fought Brendan Allen, yeah.
Yeah, but we're still going to hang out in the middleweight division though, because next we got Cesar Almeida and Alisson
Teaser.
Alhans. I don't know how to say that name. I'm not going to try to.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to butcher it either.
Abdul Razak Alhansan. I tried it.
Al Hassan. I don't
Yeah,
know.
tried it. I'll try it.
Whatever. But yeah, we're gonna go with Caesar.
Oh,
Caesar's my
that's
number
on.
one pick on that one. So I think Caesar can either one, knock him out, or two, just full out submit him. But I don't know who. I don't know.
This one's weird though because Abdul is coming off of a stop or basically it's a no contest to Cody Brundage. I noticed that one
There's
whenever I
also
was looking at these.
there's a 5-inch height advantage too for Caesar Almeida, almost a whole half a foot.
And also Cesar Almeida and Potiera are on the same card and they just fought each other and he won.
Yeah.
I always find it funny that they put the people that they just lost to on the same card.
They asked him about that. They said, does that make you upset that they placed him higher on the card than you, even though you just beat him? He said, I don't care as long as he's
No, he
not in the
didn't.
main event. He said, it don't
He's
bother
on
me
the
as long.
prelims. Potiera's on the prelims and Cesar Almeida's on the main.
Didn't Cesar Almeida lose to?
No, he won. He
Oh,
beat
he won.
Potiera.
Okay. I was thinking of it backwards then.
It
Yeah,
might be somebody else here.
I think I'd take Cesar Almeida in this one though.
Yeah, I'll give it to Cesar Almeida. He's looking pretty sharp.
Caesar, for sure.
But then we got the co-main event of the evening. We got Santiago Ponzinibbio and Carlston Harris. This one, what do I got? What do I got here? Carlston Harris and Santiago Ponzinibbio. So Santiago Ponzinibbio is he's a UFC dude. He not only does he fight in the UFC, but he works for the UFC for the Spanish commentary team. He is part of American Top Team, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, obviously. He's got a 30-8 record. Another dude with a lot of fights. He's coming off a loss to Muslim Salkov, split decision. Before that, had a loss to Kevin Holland. He's coming off 2 straight losses. I feel like this is a fight he really needs to win. His last win was over Alex Moreno back in 22. And before that, he was coming off 2 more losses, but again to 2 bigger name people, Jeff Neal and Michelle Piera. Yeah, I feel like this dude needs to get some momentum going. Got 16 knockouts, 7 subs, though. I mean, he's got a great finishing rate, 3 fight of the night bonuses, 3 performance of the night bonuses. He's definitely one that tries to put on a show. Carlston Harrison, on the other hand, 37 years old, 37, 38 years old. They're both the same age range. 19-6. Again, a lot of fights from Guyana. So I wasn't sure where this place was when I was watching the media day and everything and watching him talking. Definitely from down and around Jamaica. Once he started talking, that was very clear. Let's see. His last fight was on a fight night. Had a loss, round 1 knockout. Chaos Williams knocked him out. Before that, he had a win, 2 wins back in 23. 1 unanimous decision, 1 round 3 submission. He's 4-2 in the UFC, 5 knockouts, 6 subs all together. Fighting out of Brazil, brown belt jiu-jitsu. One thing that I thought was cool, he's a black belt in luta luar, if I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. It's a mix. Yeah, luta luar, Luta space Liure. It's a mix of catch wrestling, judo, but they allow ground striking, so it's not like just holding someone down.
Did you just say catch
like karate
wrestling?
combat?
Catch wrestling.
Oh, catch
wrestling, yeah,
okay.
and judo.
Sorry, I thought I heard cat wrestling.
Ground and pound type stuff.
It's like karate combat. They do the strikes on the ground.
Yeah, kind of stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But with wrestling as well a little bit. During media day, he had a couple things. He said he definitely wants to fight more this year. He was excited that he got to fight on the first event of the year this year. That way he has the option he has plenty of time to have more fights this year. So He's hoping this one goes his way. He comes out unscathed and he can keep fighting. He said he wants to fight 3 to 4 times this year. It's a busy schedule, so he wants to be active. And he said during this fight, he just wants to stay more patient. I don't know. I feel like I want to go with Carlston Harris. Santiago's just got a lot of losses, man, coming off too. If he don't get this
He's
one, I don't
fired.
know.
Just go ahead and say it. If you don't get this, he's
Uh,
fired.
I don't know
Gone.
that he'd be fired.
I gotta be fired.
He's a
Yeah.
UFC dude. Like even like he would, I don't know. He's getting up there in age. He's in the welterweight division. He hasn't said anything about even being close to retiring that I've heard. So I don't know. We'll just see what happens after this one, but I'm going to go with Harris on this one.
I am gonna go with Ponzinibbio just because he has 6 wins by KO, 4.74 significant strikes, which is more significant strikes than Carlston Harris. However, Carlston Harris could get it done because he does have more takedowns. If Ponzinibbio avoids the takedowns, I think Ponzinibbio could slip in and get a sick KO.
Definitely possible. That's the co-main. Steven, you got anything on that one? What you think's going to happen on that one?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
All right, so you guys ready for this one? This is a good one.
The main event of the evening.
This
Yeah,
is
who
the
is
one
the
we've
main
been waiting
event?
for. The main event. You don't know who the main event is, Steven?
No, I've lost it.
You're fired.
Amanda Ribas versus Mackenzie Dern.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so excited
yeah.
to
No
have
wonder you guys have
Mackenzie
been talking
Dern
about
back.
this all week. Gotcha.
Side note, to get a little off track, I want to throw this in here, guys. I just bought a whole case of UFC cards. My brother went and picked them up for me. Thank you for that, but you're a dickhead because now he started sending me pictures of the cards, and 2 of them are Mackenzie Dern cards that I can't touch or see or do anything with or go through and see what other ones I got.
So
So
wait,
I'm
he still has
excited.
them?
Yeah, because he was on his way to work. So he picked them up for me on his way to
Oh,
work. Yeah. So I'm excited to share with you guys what's cool cards I got. But definitely got 2 Mackenzie Dern cards, and I'm excited about that, especially with her fighting this weekend. And yeah, let's get in. What do you guys got on the main event? I know I got a lot of notes here, but I want to hear what you guys got.
I got Dern.
I
I mean,
got Ribas.
every fight I've seen Dern fight in, dude, she's been mean. So I gotta say Dern.
I'm giving it to Ribas just because she looked good in her last fight with Rose Namajunas, but she lost.
Yep.
I don't know though, man, because Mackenzie Dern's coming off a win of Lupe Godinez, but I don't know. I think Amanda Ribas is gonna show us. It'll be a
It is a rematch.
pretty good fight.
It's a rematch. So
Kenzie Dern.
yeah, I don't know. Let's dive in here. Let me
I'm
go
excited to
Dern.
see Mackenzie Dern
She's gonna
anytime.
win it. So I got $20 that says Mackenzie Dern wins this fight.
What about that what about that
Anybody in
dog?
here?
What about
Try
that
me.
dog she
$10.
walked out with?
I'll do $10.
All right. All right,
10 bucks
$10.
on it.
All right,
All right,
I'm gonna clip this and I'm putting it on the page. That way you
Clip it.
guys can't go back on nothing. Okay.
It's $10. It's
You
all
guys
right.
know where each other work.
Hey,
So
it's $10, bro. We're not rich yet. Okay, we're still broke.
Okay.
$10 is $10, man.
All right. Let's look into some of the stats here because I'm excited about this fight. Let's do Amanda Ribas first. This is a rematch. Both of them 31 years old, about same height. Fourth of them, orthodox fighter. Like you said, Amanda Ribas is coming off a loss to Thug Rose, unanimous decision back in March. She does have a win over Luna Pinheiro, lost to Macy Barber, win to Vivian.
Macy.
Yep.
Yes.
She's got 11 fights in the UFC though. Definitely well vetted women's UFC fighter. She's 7-3 in the UFC. Team Brazil. She trains with her family, the Ribas family. When she's here, she usually in there with the American Top Team. She's got 4 knockouts, 4 decision or submissions. She's a black belt, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, also a black belt. Excuse me, black belt in judo. pretty much just tries to get the win. She's hoping to get one more win and then a title shot. This was something that was talked about because her and Mackenzie Dern both actually already have a win over Char what's her name, Colin? She got the messed up eye, crazy hair girl,
Verna
Jarina
Jandaroba.
Jandaroba. Yeah.
Verna Jandaroba.
Verna Jandaroba. So Verna Jandaroba is number 3 in the division. Ribas is 8, Dern is 6. They both have a win over her. So they're hoping the winner of this fight, if it's a good performance, they would be able to jump her and be the next to fight whoever wins between Wei Li and Suarez coming up, which is going to be a great fight coming up.
That's
But
gonna be
even
cool.
looking at Mackenzie Dern, she talked about it. She thinks they both have at least one more, regardless of who wins. She thinks they both have one more before a title shot. Um, her reason being, what if Tatiana Suarez wins? Because then they're going to give Whaley the rematch, I would assume. It's not for sure. I would just
Then they would
assume.
have to do Verna Jandaroba versus Amanda Ribas too for the #1 contender.
Or Dern, yeah,
Or Tatiana Suarez,
yeah, depending on who wins, who loses.
whoever
So
loses. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. There's definitely like a bracket thing here. One of them thinks it's could be a #1. I mean, either one of these guys go out there and be dominant, it could turn into a #1 contender spot. I mean, it's possible. But yeah, Kenzie Dern, multiple time world Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion, definitely knows what she's doing when it comes to being on the ground. She's always been great on the ground. Um, 2 wins in Legacy FC, submission win, 2 wins in LFA, submission win. She got a win, submission win in Invicta. That was all the way back from 2017. Since then, she's had 14 fights in the UFC. She's 9-5. The last time they fought, Ribas did win by unanimous decision. But Dern is a fighter, guys. Listen,
Mhm.
listen.
She lost to Amanda Lamass.
Third degree Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right? 3 fight of the night bonuses, 3 performance of the night bonuses, most submission wins in their division, most submission attempts in the division, and second most subs in UFC women's history. This girl is all playing no games, and she's been talking nonstop. Everyone knows that I've been working on my striking. My boxing has gotten a lot better. Well, now she said she's been focusing a lot on her wrestling to mix that in with her jujitsu. I feel like she's made the improvements. She's been busier. I feel like I just got to go for Dern. That's my girl. I'm rooting for
Definitely
her.
definitely a Hall of Famer in the making right there. Hall of Fame
But
career already. Like
there is the stability. Like they both made weight, no problem. But yeah, Amanda Ribas is ranked in 2 different divisions as well, though. She is ranked
so
number 8 in strawweight and number 10 in the flyweight division. She is still currently ranked in 2 different divisions.
And she about to
so
whoop that
so the
ass.
winner of this fight will have the next championship
No,
fight
we don't know.
or oh we don't know.
Depending what
Okay.
happens
Okay.
during the
Okay.
championship.
I'm just
Because yeah,
curious.
you're number 6 and number 8. There are still
Okay, they
5
still got
other
a couple
people,
fights, yeah.
but they
Okay.
both have a win over number 3. Whaley's already beat 1 through 5. So, you know what I mean? Like there's
That's one thing about UFC that confuses me is their ranking system. To me, it's confusing because I don't know. Like
the
I don't
UFC
know
don't rank
how,
them.
huh?
The UFC is not responsible for their
So
rankings.
who ranks them?
Uh like journalists, editors,
Oh, that makes
some
sense.
special people that do it that are in
Okay, okay.
charge of a website at whatever place.
So it's
And it's
kind of
just
like a
influenced by people and media and
kind of like a betting thing, kind of just
kind of, I mean, kind of like the pound for pound thing. You know what I mean? Like
okay. Yeah,
Dana has nothing to do with it. The
I
rankings,
gotcha.
like he knows who the champion is. He knows who he says. I don't care if you're number 6 or number 10. If I tell you you're next,
You're
you can be
next.
you're next. Yeah, I mean, like if you do something that impresses me, you're it. You know what I mean? Like, or if I tell you one more and you get that one more, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care if you're number
Man,
one,
but
two,
if
three.
in that scenario, if that would happen to like would have if Dana would happen to do that, uh, that that ranked 10 guy must have really done something really, really, really spectacular to impress Dana because that's got to be hard to do when you're
Oh,
ranked
you talking about Steve Urseg?
kind of like that high. Yeah,
Like Steve Urseg versus Pantoja? Well, no, I
yeah,
I don't think that's yes and no. So yes, Steve Urseg stuck out, but no, because Pantoja beat 1 through 9. He beat 1 through 9. You got to give him 10.
yeah.
You know what
That's
I mean?
gonna
Like, so he
keep it
did.
going.
He did. And what did they do next? They went and signed some unsigned guy, gave him his UFC debut as a championship fight. The Kai Sakura, the guy he
Yeah,
just
okay,
fought back in December. It was his
yeah.
UFC debut and he got a title fight. So
That's
that
pretty
division
wild.
is just a lot of trying to get some competition. Uh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
I don't know,
pretty light.
but
Back
I'm
to the women's
excited.
strawweight division, though.
Yeah.
We forgot one person that is still in the mix here, even though Zhang Weili's beat her, Yan Xiaonan.
Yeah.
She is insane. I think we're gonna get to see probably Amanda Lemos versus Verna Jandiroba or something like that, because
We'll
Verna
see that.
Jandiroba and Tatiana Suarez were planned to be a fight night or something like that, either a pay-per-view or something like that.
And she
But then
just
it got
fought
changed.
Whaley, right?
Yeah, Yan Xiaonan fought her at 300.
It wasn't that long ago.
And then we got Jessica Andrade as number 4. So it's either the winner of this Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Ribas fights Verna Jandiroba or maybe
Or
Yan Xiaonan.
it'd be a rematch both way. I'd rather him see fight. I'd rather see them fight Jan.
Yeah, I would rather see them fight Yan Xiaonan and then Amanda Lemos fight Verna Jandiroba. And
Yeah.
then Yasmin Lucindo fight Jessica Andrade.
Hmm.
Yeah. And it like again, it all just depends on what happens with Whaley and Suarez. Suarez wins.
She's
Whaley's
11-0 though. She's undefeated. She's good.
who
She's got a
Suarez?
chance. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I got my money on her to be champion at the end of the year. I got a bet on that.
No, I'd never bet against Zhang Weili.
Hey, you got to put your money somewhere. But yeah, the guys, that's the fight night. I'm so fucking ready to have fights back, dude. Like you guys don't even know.
Demonetized. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm ready to have fights back, dude. Like I'm so excited for this.
Y'all ready? We're all ready for fights, and I'm ready for the football season to be over.
Yeah. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, by the way. We're not done yet, but I want to throw this in here real quick. We're going to be live tomorrow on Facebook and YouTube. Come in, watch the fights, throw them up on your TV, grab your phone, hang out, talk with us, chill. We're just going to be talking and hanging out, dude, joking around,
Q and
chilling.
A's. Ask us your
Yeah.
questions. We'll give you the answers.
We'll
Hang
we'll
out
pull
with
with
us.
you.
We'll be watching the fights.
Give us some
We'll bullshit with
information.
you.
Give us some answers. We may ask some
Yeah.
questions and just tell us something. You know what I mean? We may have some people come by tomorrow. My brother might be here. I'm going to have a bunch of UFC cards here tomorrow. Hopefully, that's something we can do while we're on the live stream in between fights. We can go through some UFC cards and see
I
what
think my
cards.
brother's gonna come over too.
Yeah, so we'll definitely have some people hanging out. I hope everyone comes and hangs out with us. But yeah, fight night, boys. I'm ready. You guys want to let's take a little break and then we'll come back and we'll talk about some college football that's going on right now. All right, what's up, guys? We're back. We're going to do a little college football. It's the last night to determine who is in the championship. We got Notre Dame already in there, like we were talking about earlier. Beat Penn State last night. It was a crazy game. Penn State was whooping them 10-0 at first, 10-3. They came back right before halftime, went 10-10. I think went like scoreless through the third or something. And then, yeah, Notre Dame got them there at the end.
And gotta be proud of that. That's another Indiana team. So it wasn't Bloomington, but I guess we'll take the second best Indiana team in the college playoffs.
Yeah, give us your thoughts on what's going on with college football, Steven.
Uh, well, again, I'm surprised that Notre Dame made it. Penn State, like I said before, Penn State is a tough nose defensive uh team. Like they have always been tough throughout their franchise. And Notre Dame, they've been tough throughout the years, but they haven't been this good throughout the years. So, props to Notre Dame. I am happy to see, another Indiana team going to the championship game, So, and with tonight's game, Texas and Ohio State, that game is on already, I'm pretty sure. But we've already stated our predictions on that. Texas is going to win tonight. Like, sorry, Ohio fans, but I'd rather see somebody new win the championship this year than somebody who has won the championship or who has been to the championship game like the past, 2, 3, seasons. So I'm just happy to see, Alabama and Georgia are in it this year because those are their two top teams that are always in the playoffs. So it's nice to see new teams in the playoffs and going for a championship. So, but yeah, for the championship game, I like to see Notre Dame versus Texas.
Notre Dame versus Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I got Texas all the way.
Yeah, I'll take that. I agree
Even
with
though
you.
we should be rooting for our Indiana native team, but I'm not a big Notre Dame fan.
I root on who gets me money, and I got money on Texas, so
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I got to live here. I don't have to support them.
And the only reason why, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, I'm jumping on that Texas bandwagon, baby. Like, I love Patrick Ewers. I love Arch Manning. Like, I love how those two could swap places for a few games and they still pop off. Arch Manning is a great quarterback. Patrick Ewers is a great quarterback who will be going into the draft this coming off season. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where Patrick goes, and I'm excited to see if Arch will get that start next year for the quarterback spot for Texas, or something happens and Arch doesn't. So a lot of things could happen. A lot of things could happen.
So so tonight's this game. This will be out either tonight or tomorrow night. So people already know what happened in the game by this time tomorrow morning or whatever. But when is the championship game? Is it 2 weeks out? Do
I
they each get
can't.
a bye? Or I don't know if
I
it's
think
like
there's a buy in between, but I
the
can't give you.
NFL.
Yeah, but I can't really give
You
you
got the Pro
a.
Bowl and stuff, all that in between them. I don't know like what kind of stuff. I don't.
Well, college they have the bowl games. They've already had majority of their bowl games,
Okay.
and so it goes bowl game, and those bowl games are the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so those people that are in the playoffs are playing in bowl games.
I got you.
So yeah.
It's definitely a lot of college and definitely a lot of football, guys.
It is, dude. And you don't know college football till you've been to a college football game. Like it's nothing but a bunch of college kids that support their school, dude. Like some of
College football games
them
are
stadiums are insane, bro. Like
way more insaner than an NFL game.
100,000 college students all wearing the same exact T-shirt. Just the whole stadium is yellow. Or, you know what I mean? Like,
Dude, imagine going to a Michigan State game and they do a whiteout night.
yeah, whiteout. That's what I was saying. The entire
They,
stadium is just
dude,
white.
it looks like, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like someone turned on like a lamp or a light in that stadium. Like once
Mm-hmm.
everybody gets their white little Michigan State towels out and starts twirling
Mm-hmm.
it, or they're all dressed up all in white, dude, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's insane.
Speaking of all decked out, Steven, nice poster. We didn't mention that, but nice poster back there, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks
Find that at
to
Walmart.
Zach. Yeah, Zach got me that poster.
Try to keep adding them to the collection.
I need
Gotta
I
keep
need some
finding
color in my room. My room kind of does look like a jail cell. So yeah,
them. Hey, we'll get out. I'm going to go out of town, get out of town somewhere when we're not trapped by the snow. We can go up to the mall or somewhere. Nirvana's got all kinds of cool ones. So
yeah.
there's other places to look. But yeah, guys, I'm excited for the fights. Excited for some college football. I'm excited we got some stuff to talk about. I'm excited we got some stuff to do, and I'm excited for this live watch party
Also,
tomorrow.
yes, be tuned for the live watch party tomorrow night. Also, do not forget to watch the wild card games that are coming up on the NFL. You got a lot of good games over there coming up. I believe this weekend, right? This weekend it starts. Yeah,
Yeah.
so this weekend
You got
also tune into that.
Baltimore. Okay, I'll shout this out real quick. Baltimore versus Steelers, first time ever primetime game. Playoff game on prime time on Saturday. Amazon, not prime time, but prime Amazon Prime game. First time they've had a playoff game on Amazon. Pittsburgh and Ravens. It's our first one up. Pretty sure it's at 4:30. Like there's a game at 4:30, game at 8, and then two more games. However many more games at 4. I don't know. Yeah, so they're all Saturday and Sunday this week.
Right.
So
I think there's one Monday, isn't there?
mm-mm.
No, yeah, no Monday games. Okay.
Yep. No Monday, no Thursday. Awesome, guys. Another episode. Another
Also,
pod.
like and subscribe, everybody. It helps
Don't
us out.
forget, we're 1 week away from Jamal Hill versus Yuri Prohaska.
Yeah, UFC 311 coming up next week. So we'll definitely have some good stuff coming up. Guys, we got UFC and football both running back to back. We're going to be busy. We all three work full-time jobs. Both sports are booming hard right now. We got a little college football right in the middle that's at its prime. It's about to end. So expect a lot of content coming from us.
And that's
soon,
why
guys.
y'all need to subscribe.
Yep.
That way you guys can catch all this stuff. We are going to be busy. We want you guys here with us, watching it, hanging out with us. So please subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you know when we're going to go live tomorrow night and when we post our new videos. So
don't be scared to drop some comments down.
And drop some comments.
Yeah.
Let us
Come
know
on,
what
people.
you think. Let
Don't
us
be
know
scared.
your predictions.
Hey, we're not
Let us know.
judgmental. We don't judge around here.
We want to know what you think.
Yes.
And we want to be able to interact with you guys and
Yes,
let you
exactly.
Unless you got stupid comments, don't
Yeah.
deal with stupid people.
Leave the stupid comments out.
You can't fix.
We're not replying to stupid comments.
Yeah.
We're only replying.
What is it? No
to
dumb
engagement.
New heights, no dumb questions. Just
Yeah.
dumb people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dumb people's real. Hey, but I still want to hear what you have to say. Yeah, guys, that's up for us. Catch us again all weekend, and a bunch next week. Later, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
They think they got it locked, well I think I got it picked. 24/7, all I ever drop is hits. Never clocking out, I'm forever on my shift. I'ma fall till I fall, till they put me in my crib. They think they got it locked, well I think I got it picked. 24/7, all I ever drop is hits. Never clocking out, I'm forever on my shift. I'ma ball till I fall, till they put me in my crib. It's that big body whipping piece of shit from out the graveyard. You never had a shot, even with the million AR and a million A&R. There to represent you. This life is a battle, turn my pencil to my pistol. I turn my issues into missiles, and there will be no misuse. I promise that they won't miss you. I'm doing mental jujitsu behind presidential tent inside the Lincoln Continental. I'm still within ill intent till they kill me or put it into the serial killing, criminal murdering instrumentals. If my music doesn't fit you, then fuck you. I make shit for real people and they think they got it locked. Well, I think I got it picked. 24/7, all I ever drop is hits. Never clocking out, I'm forever on my shift. I'ma fall till I fall, till they put me in my crib. They think they got it locked, well I think I got it picked. 24/7, all I ever drop is hits. Never clocking out, I'm forever on my shift. I'ma ball till I fall, till they put me in my crib.
We gotta believe, we gotta be mentally strong. When we tired, that's when we gotta put our fundamentals together. That's when we gotta be more focused. When we tired, that should give you more effort. Be like, I'm gonna beat his ass. Everybody's great when they're not tired. The champion real champions come out. That's when that real dog come out. Cause if you go piss like a puppy, stay on the porch and let the